good for her.
Kind of
Wow.
weird.
She tried, but the other day she's like, I don't think it's gonna work. Glad you came to that realization, kid. My brother though, he's like, I was just telling Mom that she should have bought 4, sold the other 2, and it could have financed her trip together.
That's true.
I'm like, well, she tried to buy 3 so that my youngest could go too, but the max she could do was 2. So I'm like, well, you're making money. And I told her too, I'm like, you didn't go in with the intention like others do to buy them, and then you went with the intention of going, and it didn't pan out. Okay, so what I love about this one is on older dinosaur stuff, you have to like hold it and push a button. Far away, this one, it's right here. This top button is which ear, so blue left, red right.
Okay.
And then this is what's gonna have it. You can set it for automatic. I'm not sure in the software how to do it, so we're gonna do it manually. So up here, you can see you've got your positive 200, 0 is kind of your normal line here, and then you've got over to your negatives. So I'm curious to see what we get on Chloe here with that surgical ear. And then here it's gonna tell you what your peak pressure, canal volume,
And you said
and
there's
then your
different
type.
sizes for the probes. Okay.
Yep,
Based on
it's
their
a little
ear.
trial and
Okay.
error
Okay.
sometimes.
Okay.
So right now it's yellow because we're on the left ear. Once you have a seal, this should be blue.
Blue. Okay.
Sometimes mine makes an insanely annoying beep sound when the pressure's not right. So, just pardon my cold hand.
And Dr. Eve, again, this is called what type of testing?
Tympanometry.
Tympanometry.
If you just heard, that's the annoying.
Okay, tympanometry.
And with a surgical ear, it might be a little more of a challenge. Let's see. Sometimes people just have wonky ear canals and you can't get it, and you just no seal is basically.
So what would be the professional terminology for this device that's on her shoulder here?
Tympanometer.
Tympanometer.
Yep.
Tympanometer.
So
Okay.
she's a little hyper compliant. So it's normal, but it's like way
And
up
there
there.
seemed to be a slight negative pressure.
Not really. That's normal.
Oh.
Like 150 and over, this would still be considered normal.
Oh, okay.
But if she's at like 150 or more, even at
I'm
like
sorry.
100, I might say
Thank
slight
you.
negative pressure, but not she's at like negative
She's way
50.
above.
That's
Okay.
not really, that's not anything of significance.
And what was hyper mean?
Hyper
Yeah.
is kind of above like the 0.75 and 1. So, I mean, it's technically, it says type A on there, so
Okay.
it's technically normal.
Okay.
I think it's a little hyper compliant, but
And it does tell you type A. Okay.
yep. So that's the nice thing about this
Yeah.
is you don't have to say
That's nice. Okay.
what it is. It'll just. All right, so I gotta switch sides. Okay, so there. Now it's red. Yeah. Ta-da! Beautiful.
Excuse me. I feel like an annoying
Now,
news
does this mean
reporter
anything that it's
recording.
Below or no?
This is just it coming,
Okay.
kind of your peak, and then coming back down. So yeah, this isn't anything.
And then where does it say A?
Right.
Right there.
Type
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
So right
Okay.
ear, left ear, tympanic peak pressure, equivalent canal volume, kind of your gradient here, your width. I'm not quite sure what the TW means, and that one's really excited about it. And then your type A. Cool. Okay. Next.
I'll go next.
Sorry.
So let me.
Get a picture.
We're not making you uncomfortable.
If you said something I did not hear.
No, I said I hope we're not.
Out
Yeah, I hope we're not making you uncomfortable.
no. Okay.
Sorry, cold hands.
Excuse me.
got an AD. So his right ear is hypercompliant.
Right ear.
And what does,
Yeah. So you can see how it's going up above that 150 there.
yeah.
Or 1.5, sorry. Yeah.
And what does hypercompliant indicate?
It's really flaccid.
Okay.
Not really anything
Okay.
of major significance. It just means his canal volume is really, or his TM is very wiggly. Anybody else? No, give it a go.
Dr. Eve, we only do this type of testing, and I hope I'm not asking a crazy question, with a client that is already.
Do it on everybody.
You do it
You
on
doing it?
everybody.
Okay, okay.
Yep.
All right. Thank you
Yep.
for finishing it for me.
Yeah, everybody.
Okay.
Yeah. So Christina's is normal, but you can see hers isn't quite as
Yeah.
hypermobile as the other ones. It's about as perfect as they get.
Can I try it?
I
Or
know, I'm
did
gonna
you-
check mine too, make
Okay.
sure I'm normal.
Yes.
Running out of tips here. The tips I like anyway.
Oh, sorry.
you're good.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. It's a little wiggly, but it's normal. Yours is a little more reduced than Christina's. Ooh, little negative, little lower compliance there. Still A, but
Okay.
not quite as.
Not quite as
I'm gonna clean this.
flaccid or.
Yeah. Yours flat and right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Still A. Okay.
There, that's yours, Susan. Let me check my right one. I'm feeling it. Okay. Normal. Now I got normal middle ear function, which is good. Normal, but a little more to the left.
Okay. Thank you. Those are cute.
They're a little long.
They're cute.
It's like the tympanometer train here.
Next.
Yeah. Nice.
Middle ears. So it gets a little squiggly when like you have the seal, but not quite. You okay?
I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I'm just like
Yeah.
fighting a cold.
I'm so used to it.
Yeah, it's. I don't like it either. Yeah, your right ear is definitely a little more reduced. Did
Yeah.
you say, oh, I didn't even get like pressure. Can I do your right one again?
Yeah.
I know you don't like it, but
Yeah,
Sorry,
great
Dr. Eve.
ones.
yeah, I didn't get a whole lot on that one. There we go. I got it that time.
So what is that?
I
Still
mean,
normal?
yeah,
Okay.
it's a little more reduced than I would like to see. Did you say you just had a cold?
I have a cold.
Yeah. So it just might be a
Okay.
little more reduced because of that. Very well, could be. Did you get everybody? Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Okay, my turn. I want to see what my right ear so messed up to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
that's just typical for my ears, not cooperating.
Have any of you all practiced on the simulator that she sent via email?
I did it one time. Just to check
Okay.
it out. And it was free.
Yes.
I mean, it
Yes, I
was a free
received.
simulator.
Yes.
Okay. Like, I didn't pay anything.
Yeah, so that's a hot mess ear right there.
So, okay. Oh, well.
Yeah, so that's a combination of
Yeah.
an eardrum that's just pretty much scar tissue.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you.
And it's right now I'm plugged up because I have eustachian tube dysfunction big time. But right now is a time where it's not equalizing well because of the shift in pressure and weather and all
Yeah.
that fun stuff. So yeah, that is what more of a, but
So did you at one point get perforated, or is that why there's so much
I
scar
had,
tissue?
yeah, so I had, I think it was up to 6 sets of tubes
Oh.
between childhood and
yeah,
adulthood.
yeah.
And then my right ear, I also had a tympanoplasty. So
Okay.
I've got, my eardrum is patched. So it's, yeah, the scar tissue, it's just, it literally, according to my ENT, a hot mess. So,
Yeah.
his exact words. I love my ENT.
Yeah.
So you've got, yeah, that AS. So it's normal with the peak, if you will, or falling in, but it's very reduced in compliance. So there's movement, but not a lot. So there, you got a little bit of examples of everything.
Cool.
So now if this had been completely flat, you want to look at this volume. So if this had been flat and my volume is okay, then that means I probably just have fluid or something going on in there. If there was a really large volume, usually over like 2 or 3, then there could be a perforation.
Okay.
Okay?
Dr. Eve, what type of equipment is used when the surgery is performed, like on some of the patients?
I don't know. I'm not that kind of doctor.
No, Jesus, I'm not.
So,
No.
did yours, what letter did yours come back in?
AS.
Okay. Okay. Now, if there was a perforation, it would be B.
I'm curious to know that because I'm like just seeing how small the Inca stapes and Malus,
Oh, yeah.
and how in the world are they able to
Right.
do what they
It's
do to?
amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure they've got those
amazing.
magnifier
Yeah.
thingamabobbers.
Yeah, but
and
still,
I
I'd
think
be so
much is
scared.
robotic now too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I sat
I'd be
in
terrified.
on a CI surgery, and Leonetti was in and out in like 20 minutes. It was insane. It was absolutely insane. I'm like, what?
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
And he's like, okay,
Yeah.
like, what do you? We're done. I'm not sure what I even watched.
Yeah.
but
That's
okay.
crazy. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty bonkers.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, even when I started in the field, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, those surgeries were taking a long
Oh,
time.
yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, it was like full insertion electrodes. Now you've got partials, or you've got like, it's just,
It's
and you
amazing.
used to have to stay in the hospital for a while, and then you had to wait like what, 2 to 3 months for activation, and now it's like 2
Now-
weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Wow.
It's absolutely crazy in a good way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It's amazing.
yeah. So, questions? Pretty straightforward. Says the person who's been doing it for 20 years. But,
Yes.
um,
Yes.
But
Easy
the biggest
peasy.
thing, like, no, your A versus your AD versus your AS, and your Bs. And this is going to be really helpful, especially if you're looking at those conductive components. Because again, if you have a conductive component but you have a normal temp, we might be looking at either a saccular chain discontinuity or
That's like me.
otosclerosis.
Yeah.
Is that what we have?
Yeah.
A saccular chain discontinuity?
No.
Otosclerosis?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Few stapes.
Do you have a family history? No? Oh, because your configuration is what I see in a lot of like the reverse slope
Okay.
is what I see in a lot of like family history of
Okay.
hearing loss.
Yeah. Could be.
Or like genetic.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yours usually I see a little more of kind of like a flat, like mixed when it comes to or just like a moderate flat conducted with otosclerosis, but
Yeah.
that is different. Questions? No? Okay. I mean, you guys are lucky coming in the field now because it all pretty much does it for you. Which is kind of nice.
Right.
Right. So I will leave it to you guys if you want to practice audio. So I need this up and running for you.
Look how everybody's looking.